since you are going to a larger ship. So yes, hold on a second for my flavor text of flavorness. As you approach, you see a few of the higher-up guards looking over a ship. It's a very narrow ship with a shallow draft. It has drab gray sails and a dark green and blue paint job. It's quite obvious that this is the ship that you were supposed to get on, as there are few others in harbor, and the guards seem very interested in it in particular. So you all make your way over to it.
What time is it, by the way?
Like 9:30ish. Why?
Okay. Because Mercury wants to run back to Tax Place and grab the flint and the thing he has to light fire, whatever that is in Dark Heresy, so he can bring it with him. And I was checking the narrative movement, and I can make it there and back in about 14 minutes. So, since he's successfully guided them to the wharf, he's going to go ahead and do that.
Okay. So, the rest of you are at the wharf.
Can I tell that they're intoxicated?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious that, well, Joanna doesn't seem very intoxicated, but it's pretty easy to tell that Flint is, Flint's kind of drunk.
Good. Feel
You
real
approach
good.
them.
I, go up to Flint and go, how much did he have to drink? As I'm looking at Joanna.
2 bottles of rot gut.
And, now looking at him. How wasted are you?
I really fucking am.
I'm such a bad influence.
I, poke his forehead.
I swat at it, but miss. And overcorrect. With everything.
And I'll just put a hand on his shoulder before he falls into the damn sea.
And,
Thank you for that clarification. I don't want to lose a party member because he fell into the ocean drunk and failed the swim test.
Good. Let's really hope this is a nice, easy voyage.
I look at the boat. Do I think it's going to be a nice, easy voyage?
Well, it's a fairly large, vessel, so unless the seas are very rough, it'll probably be about as smooth as any boat trip could be.
I feel as though if the seas were rough, we'd be in trouble anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if the seas are calm, we're going to be in trouble. You never get on the boat. Ever.
Well, those are D&D rules.
No, those are role-playing rules right there. Never get on the boat.
There's not as many good aquatic creatures in Dark Heresy, so it's not that big of a deal. Or it's not as big of a deal, I should say. But yeah, no, you can get super fucked over on boats. It's great. Enjoy!
Does it look like... Let's see here, are any of the sailors out on the dock, or like the captain?
You can tell that there's a man wearing like red with a cloak, and he's obviously the man in charge, telling the other sailors and longshoremen and stuff where to go and what to do.
Alright.
They're going basically from a couple of crates on the dock and bringing stuff onto the ship, but mostly just going back and forth on the ship, preparing everything.
Does it look like there's someone that isn't doing anything like super intensive or just walking around?
There seems to be a very kind of confused kid that's carrying crates up and down, but he's doing it at a bit of a lackadaisical pace, and he's getting yelled at by the captain every once in a while for it.
I look at him. Does it look like he's just being lazy, or like there's something wrong with him?
It looks like he's kind of confused more than anything.
I'm gonna walk up. Need some help with that, kid?
Yeah. Sure. Could you grab a couple other crates?
We're gonna be with him. May as well help out a little. I'll help him load.
All right. Anyone else gonna help?
No.
I'm looking at you,
How long
Flint.
has it been?
You're not back yet, Mercury.
Yeah, dude. I'm there.
Good.
Just to correct myself, it's 17 minutes there and back.
Okay. You're still not back yet.
Well, I know. I figured I wasn't back yet, but I did want to correct for
All right.
time.
Blank, are you gonna
I like
help or
being wrong
just
with math.
sit?
I'm just gonna stand a couple steps behind Flint and make sure he doesn't fall.
Alright. Flint also picks up 2 large crates and begins walking, taking a lot of care with each step to make sure he doesn't completely fall over. Every once in a while, though, Slate has to readjust him from behind.
Good.
Manually turn his head in the right direction.
Thanks, ma'am, and you guys. And he heads up, and you guys, I guess, continue doing that for a little bit, or do you want to
Yeah.
try and talk to him?
I figure I'll grab a box and fall in step with him, try and chat him up.
Okay.
Basically, get his name, ask him how the weather and the seas have been.
You ask him as you're heading up the ramp to the ship, and he gives you his name, Nickus, and that this is his first voyage. He's never been on a ship before.
That he's gonna die.
He's wearing a bright red shirt, and
Good.
that he's glad to have a job that his uncle had to beg and plead with the captain to even get him this job, and he feels kind of sad that he doesn't understand where he's supposed to put all this stuff. When he goes up there, they keep telling him on the port aft side of the hull, and he has no idea where that is. And then the captain comes down and yells at him for putting everything in the wrong spot, and he's feeling very stressed out.
Do I know about the nautical directions?
As an arbitrator, you'd probably have a decent idea, because, if you're on a spaceship, it'd be the same, so...
Yeah, good point. I'll take the time to educate him about that.
Roll intelligence for me.
Always with the rolls.
Don't look yes.
He is a master after you have finished explaining to him about the ship. Good
He's
job.
gonna die.
He thanks you very heartily. Yeah, anyways, as you guys make your way up to the top of the ship, the man in red leathers and the cape stops you. Are you Joanna?
Arbitrator Esker. Got it.
Ah, hail, I am Captain Shebeck. We are running a bit late due to you, so if you wouldn't mind stowing yourselves quickly so we can set sail, that would be most generous of you.
Where would be the best place?
Ah, just in the crew quarters below the quarterdeck.
Is there a bathroom down there?
Have you
I need to go-
Does he have
I
to
need-
roll speak language
I-
low Gothic?
I need
Yes,
to go to the bathroom.
please.
Ah, my boy, the sea is your bathroom.
All right.
Mm.
Then I just drop trow and start peeing off the side of the boat.
Alright. A couple of the crew begin to laugh. Mercury, you're now at the bottom of the wharf.
Excellent. So I just join them.
Okay. Ah, and who are you? The captain says as you come up the ramp. Mercury.
I'm Vice Captain Mercury. I'm Arbitrator S, second in command.
He
one.
What?
I thought Flint was the drunk one.
He looks over at Joanna quizzically.
He's with us, Captain.
Welcome aboard, and he shakes your hand.
Thank you, sir. I shake his hand back, I guess.
That's not awkward.
Yeah.
Nah, he's not with us. I hate that guy. Throw him off the boat.
I draw my pistol and aim it directly at Joanna's face.
Well, not the shortest 40k game I've ever been in.
So yes, you
No.
all make your way and stow yourselves into a kind of you get your own room in the hold for all of you. There are 4 cots and 2 chests to which you can divide your stuff into if you feel like putting anything in there. After that, the captain comes down to see that everything has been stowed and you're ready to set sail.
I've probably put all my loose items in one of the chests, but... And actually... Here, just to give myself a rebreather on the rules, is there encumbrance in here? Have to worry... Or, like, armor check or anything I would need to worry about?
Yeah, there is some encumbrance, but it's not a direct armor check. It's just like if you fell in, basically. Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you'd have to pass a swim test. That can be changed by your armor, or made more difficult by how much you're carrying.
Yeah, unless we have to worry, I'm just not going to be wearing my armor during the
Okay.
voyage.
Everybody else, how are you going to stow your stuff similarly, or?
My backpack and my pistol, as well as my gloves, since I don't need those without my pistol.
Flint, how are you stowing your shit? You're muted.
And you're what now?
On my body.
Alright. Blank, how are you stowing your shit?
Being that I'm not carrying all that much, I think I'll just keep it on me.
Alright. Fair enough. Alright, so, yes, he looks over. Are you prepared? To,
I nod to him.
very good. If you'd, wouldn't mind staying in the, crew quarters unless you, until we're underway, so as not to get in the way of any of my, my people. I'll send that boy, Nickus, down to entertain you if you need any. But yes, once we are underway for an hour or two, feel free to move around the decks and the hold. Food will be, dinner will be at sundown in the galley.
Thank you, Captain.
As the captain leaves, Nickus comes in, dragging with him a very large crate by a rope, and as he gets it in your doorway, he begins to pant heavily. Oh man, oh, the Rankin sure gave you guys a lot of supplies. Anyways, here's your rations, and he slaps the crate, and then makes his way towards the door.
We should probably divide these up while we're still on the ship.
You want to just crack into the crate and get your rations out?
May as well. Got nothing better to do while we're waiting.
We have until sundown.
Yeah, until sundown.
He said sundown is when dinner's in the galley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking while we were asked to stay in the crew quarters.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. So yeah, you guys crack into the crate, and you get 100. There's 120 ration packs, and you divide them up evenly.
That's
Okay.
easy enough. 30 each.
Gonna store mine in a chest.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
Likewise.
So yes, you feel the boat shift and move, and eventually, you can feel as the wind catches the sails and the boat begins to skim. Who was it? Joanna and Flint, you can take 1 fatigue off now. It's been about an hour. So yes, after an hour, the boat seems to be through the roughest chop, and you feel, or you know it's now time that you can move about the boat.
Alright, go up, see if I can chat with any of the sailors that have been doing this for a little while. See if I can get any news they've heard or how the seas have been.
Alright, roll inquiry for me.
Inquiry. And come up, there we go.
And is there anything specific you want to know, or just rumors?
Rumors, sure, but mostly, how's the ocean been? Is there anything that this ship personally has had to worry about or deal with? Or I do want to hear news of the world and comparing it to what we've heard from Tempest and the other guards.
Alright.
See if they're giving us a different story.
Roll the inquiry first, and I'll tell you about the season stuff, and then you can do it again.
Oh, come on!
A very fat and short man you approach and ask about the seas, and he says, same as they ever were, and goes back to his work near immediately.
Helpful.
I take it you're... Oh, right. That reminds me. In order to make this simpler for me... I'll put it all here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please put where your character is.
Have to move my box out of the way.
Oh, this is exciting.
We're allowed to leave the crew's quarters now, I assume?
Yeah, you're free to move about the boat. Obviously, the captain's cabin is kind of off limits, but beyond that, you're free to move about the boat.
So everything up on top is the top deck and everything below is below deck?
No, the galley, crew quarters, captain cabin, is everything besides the gun deck, crow's nest, quarterdeck, and deck are below.
Just hang out in the crow's nest the whole time.
I know, right? Here, I'll see if I can make this easier for you. So... There. Anything within the blue is above deck, or the decks of the ship. Anything else is in the hull.
Would they be suspicious if I was hanging out in the hold, or is like that would be for crew members only, right?
Yeah, they'd probably be suspicious.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna hang out in the galley, I guess.
Okay. So who wants to go first? Since Slate and Garrison are just hanging out in the crew quarters by themselves.
I'm trying to get people to talk to me. Apparently that's not working.
Mercury, what do you want to do?
Avoid going up top
Okay.
by all means.
You enter the galley and you see a couple of the chefs preparing the night's meal.
I don't necessarily feel the need to chat it up with them. I'm just...
Okay, you're just gonna hang out there.
Yeah.
Okay. Slate, Flint, anything you guys want to do?
Sober up.
to just hang out in the crew quarter for an hour for a Flint.
Yep.
Slate, what do you want to do?
How big is the ship?
It could probably carry about maybe
No,
40
I mean length.
length.
Mhm.
It'd probably be like 30 meters, a little less than 30 meters.
30 meters. Okay. I could do that. The room that we're in, is it private?
Yes, it's got a door on it.
Okay.
The walls are fairly thin, so it's not obvious. Like noise would get through, but it's as private as you can get on such a small ship.
Um, okay. I'm gonna do a Psionitions test.
Okay.
Do, do, do. Wait. This is a skill, isn't it? Yeah, skill. Oh, that's weird. Why don't...
Omniscience is a perception check.
Yeah, no. I'm just wondering why it's not on my character sheet.
Probably didn't write it.
That's weird. I guess not. Oh well. Du-du. Good.
Yes. You don't detect any of the, or you don't detect the immaterium on the ship, though in the distance you can see this very large swell of power from the immaterium focusing.
I can actually just see this like with my eyeballs.
No, you look into the
Oh,
warp and you can
right.
see, like you're looking and it's through wood, but you can see a very large, obvious, like spire of the warp in the distance, or
Okay.
formed in the distance, but you can't visually see where it is because you're in the crew quarter and there's no way to see it.
Okay. Well, having seen that, I'd like to make a Forbidden Lore warp test.
Okay. Give yourself a +10. Due to the nature of this, you very quickly deduce that there's a weakening of the veil between the warp and the planet's surface at the location that you're looking in.
Okay. I don't have meditate, but I'm just gonna stay in the crew quarters and meditate.
Roger.
What?
Pro tip. Go up on deck and look.
In a
Oh,
bit.
he's thinking about it.
In a bit. Meditate.
Okay. Meditate's just it's an action, right?
I think so. Well, I mean, I think it's an actual skill or trait, but I don't remember. Pretty much, I'm just gonna sit in the room though.
Yeah, you're gonna meditate just on your own, like you don't have it as
Yeah.
a skill or anything.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you just hang out and meditate in your room. So, what does everybody else want to do? Flint, you can take off your last piece of. It's an hour later. You can take off your last piece of fatigue. You're sober now.
Happy times.
All right, Joanna, what do you want to do? We're just gonna go from left to right. Okay, Mercury, what do you want to do?
When I walked from the crew quarters to the galley, did I see how many people are actually on this ship?
You've seen probably about 10 or 20 or so. You can't really be sure, and you don't know if you've seen everyone yet.
Is there anyone in the galley who is not currently working on food, or
No.
is everyone in the galley? Okay.
There's only
Um,
2 chefs, or 2 cooks working on
Yeah.
food in the galley, and that's
Okay,
the only
no
people
one
in there
else has
besides
wandered in.
yourself.
Okay. They're probably busy, so I'd like to work my way out. I'm trying as best as I can to stay below deck. I'm going to look for anyone to talk to.
Okay. You see a couple of people going back and forth between the hold and the deck.
Okay. Do I have to make an inquiry if I want to get information from them?
What kind of information do you want?
Specifically, just if there are any small towns or large towns between Karzala and, or in the wilds, basically, in the wilds south of Archdorf.
Yeah, just roleplay it.
Just roleplay it? Okay. Everyone on the ship is a dude?
Not everybody, but the person that you approach is a dude.
Fair enough. All right. Pardon me, sir. Just a quick question for you, if you're not too busy.
Yeah, what? And he's holding what looks to be just a normal crate. It's not too burdensome.
I'll follow you. You can keep walking. Just a quick question regarding the wilds, just south of Archdorf.
Yeah?
Are there any is there any civilization down there whatsoever? Any towns, cities?
I don't know if there's any towns. I know that there are a couple of nomadic tribes that wander that area.
Nothing with a wall. No habs. Electricity.
Not to my recollection, but I'm not too familiar with that. You'd have to ask the captain or the first officer. They would have a better idea.
Interesting. How far would you say, roughly, of a walk it is from the edge of the sea to someplace like, I don't know, Gaia Alpha, maybe?
He doesn't know.
Okay.
He says that it would, if you were walking, it might take you like a couple months.
Cool. It's a lot of time. Not preferential. Thank you for your time. And just kind of sulk back over to the galley to sit
Okay.
by myself in the corner.
All right. So, Joanna, what do you want to do? Go back to you.
I'm gonna make people talk to me, damn it.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, let me take a little look at that. What time of day is it right now?
You estimate that it's probably like noon or 1, but it's kind of hard to tell. The sun is directly above you, which is what I'm going to start using since none of you have chronos.
I used to have a chrono. Those were good days.
Those were better times.
Yeah, then we weren't stuck on this shithole of a planet. You know what? I will also walk to the galley. See if I can get like one of the cooks to talk or something.
Okay, you make your way into the galley, pushing past a few people, and make your way in. You see Mercury sulking in the corner.
Hey, Joanna.
You okay there, Mark?
Tempest mention anything to you about ground vehicles, maybe, or encampments? Anything past once we land in the place?
Not so much to my knowledge.
Any chance this ship turns around?
What do you mean?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Merc, is there something I should be worried about?
I don't like the wilderness.
You'll be fine, trust me. And look,
That is debatable.
Well, let me put it this way. If we go into a forest, there's now less of a chance of it burning to the ground.
It's not really a problem I've ever had with the wilderness before. And you're welcome.
It was for the best, as far as I can tell.